Has it been a while? Was I here last Monday? I don't remember. Time flies when you're having fun. Goodness gracious, have I been having a lot of fun. Been in Vegas some. My parents are in town now. Maybe going to Vegas for the weekend. Going on a trip with my wife right after that for a few days. Then finally back home. Not getting a lot of work done, but having a lot of fun. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Going to Thunder Valley Friday. Good luck, Steven. You have an old poker book from the 40s. It's no excelling, but it's pretty interesting. You got your Doyle Brunson book. I have my Doyle Brunson book as well. Yeah. Old school Doyle Brunson book. Actually, this isn't all that old. I think this is from the 90s. Some of this on the back is probably not PC anymore. These are all probably okay. The Dead Man's Hand, the Ace and the 8. The Johnny Moss, Ace 10, because he won the World Series of Poker with that, etc., etc. Because you have to know what to call your poker hands, right? It's a fun book, actually. I'm trying to think, what did I actually learn from this book? This book, when it comes to the No Limit Hold'em section, teaches you to be loose and aggressive and badly, which was definitely good back in the day, and still probably pretty good today in most games. Yeah, that's about it. Today, we are going to be opening this box. I have literally no clue what's inside. I guess the cards look something like what's on the cover. 2012 Poker Metal by Leaf. It's a sealed box. There are now 5 autographs total. I guess there used to be 4. Don't know how they went through and put those in the box. I think there may only be 5 cards in this box. I don't know what the deal is with these poker card packages, but it seems like they don't like putting a whole lot of cards in the box. We're going to be opening that in just a minute. You're on the fence about joining Poker Coaching Premium. Well, hop in. If you don't like it, let me know and you'll get a complete refund. What was the strategy of old school players back in the day? Asked Michael. So back in the day, most people played really, really, really weak, tight, and passive. So all you really had to do to win was just get in there, raise, re-raise, apply aggression, and they would fold. And if they decided to put in all their money, then you fold. I remember reading an old book by T.J. Cloutier back in the day where he said something along the lines where if you raise with a hand like ace king and somebody re-raises, you just fold because they have literally the nuts. And look, I'm never folding the ace king, but that actually could be a pretty good strategy if your opponents will play only the super duper nuts, because you'll just run them over, right? Why would you possibly want to risk potential future profitability in exchange for, getting it in slightly ahead or getting it in roughly flipping and defending your little bit of money in the pot? Sometimes they bluff you, but back in the day, no one bluffed. Today, though, that is very, very different. If you have your 55% equity, you should be very, very happy with your 55% equity. Have you all checked out BRÈINFÚEL yet? Talk about a show for BRÈINFÚEL. Do you all watch Phil Hellmuth and Daniel Negreanu play the other day? Their third and final match? Somehow, some way, Phil Hellmuth is 6-0 on high stakes duel. He beat Antonio Esfandiari 3 times, beat Daniel Negreanu 3 times. I couldn't believe it. I was laying in bed, about to go to sleep, because I go to sleep early. I have 2 kids that wake up at 6 a.m. And so I was laying in bed with my iPad watching high stakes duel on Poker Go. And Phil Hellmuth limped the ace-jack suited on the button, playing heads up, very deep stacked. Daniel Negreanu raised to 4 big blinds. You know what Phil Hellmuth did with that ace-jack suited? He folded. I just started giggling like a little child. My wife's like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, it was hilarious. He limped and then folded for a 4 big blind raise with the ace-jack suited. I couldn't believe it. And you know what Daniel had? He had ace-queen. He somehow, some way, had him dominated. Then, a few hands later, maybe it was the next hand, I kind of forget. I was just still giggling in the bed. I don't know. I'll go over this hand on YouTube recently, where basically they played like a 5-bet pot. Phil Hellmuth had the 8-3 suited. Somehow, Daniel Negreanu had pocket 2s, and Phil just ran like this ridiculous bluff on like Jack 10, 6-6. And Negreanu folded, as he should with the 2s at that point. So he runs, he makes this super nitty fold, and then he makes this insane, ridiculous bluff, both of which work. I don't know what's going on, but Phil Hellmuth clearly had his brain fuel that day. Check out BRÈINFÚEL.com. There's a description right down here. Use code POKERCOACHING to get 15% off. Give it a try. I'm not going to say it's going to work for you, but it works for me. I love this stuff. Drank it every day while I was playing the US Poker Open. Had a solid 4th place in the $50,000 buy-in tournament, so that's good. Do you think Negreanu had a tell? I mean, maybe. Quite possibly. I mean, look, if Helmut's making these ridiculous plays, seemingly ridiculous plays, right? He's making these seemingly ridiculous plays as if he can see Negreanu's cards. How could he possibly do this? Well, either he's just getting super lucky to do it over and over and over again, or he has a read on his opponents. And to be fair, like, Helmut is not a technically sound poker player. I think he realizes this. And the way he wins is by probably reading people. He probably is just, like, literally the best person at reading people, period. And he smashes them. I couldn't believe it, though. Couldn't believe it. Folded that ace-jack suited. Like, the 8-3 suited hand is like, sure, run your ridiculous bluff if you feel inclined. But the ace-jack suited fold, did I say ace-3? The ace-jack suited fold was pretty ridiculous. All right. Did I get any sleep last night? Not really, no. Pretty tired. Got to bed at about 1. I was bidding on some NFTs. I found some NFTs I like. If you all are on OpenSea, search rare diamond hands. I'm addicted to the rare diamond hands. All right, we're going to open up this box of cards. 2012 Poker Medal. 5 autographs in this package. Such a weird marketing, right? They put the sticker on the outside. They put this sticker on the... can't even open this thing. Goodness gracious. They put this... Oh no, stickers on the box. Isn't that weird marketing? To have 4 autographs per box, it says right here. But then, now you get 5. Weird. It's weird, right? Did I play poker yesterday? No. My parents are in town. I hung out with my parents all day. All right. It has this nifty tape, so to make sure that you don't get robbed. Let's try to open this up. Use Jonathan's tool. It's called scissors. Good Lord. They really package in here. They make you destroy the box to get in this thing. Needed like a razor blade, apparently. Goodness gracious. It's gonna like slice my leg. I can't get in the thing. I'm gonna get a knife. Alright. Now that we've destroyed the box already. Jonathan's real tool. You ready? Alright. Hopefully we don't need this anymore. Okay. Goodness gracious. Alright. Okay, so the cards are not even in a package. They're just open right out on top for you. This is a cool looking card. Alright, let's see if I can get this see if I can get this going here. Card number 1. Ooh, that glare is not gonna be good for me. Maybe we just okay, let's see. How about that? No. Can we get some light over here like this? No. Shiny card, huh? We need like an umbrella. All right, so can I do this number? This is Antonio Esfandiari. Do you all see that? It's super shiny card. Yeah? Wearing a Victory Poker hat. Oh my gosh, back in the day. I was a small investor in Victory Poker. I'm pretty sure they took our money and had a party. That's okay. They deserve it. They had fun. Maybe I can do like this? No. Sorry everyone for this weird setup. I didn't realize the cards would be made out of aluminum foil. Didn't occur to me to figure out something pertaining to that. Oh my god. What a day, huh? Does that work? Alright, there we go. I've used a piece of paper to make an umbrella. We will always be together underneath the umbrella. Yeah? That's not as good. Alright, Antonio Esfandiari. Signed right on the card. It's pretty cool. See what it says on the back. Congratulations. You've received an autographed insert card. Is it really an autographed insert card if all of them are in the box? This card bears the authentic autograph of Antonio Esfandiari. Leaf guarantees the signature on this card is authentic. There you go. An authentic Antonio Esfandiari card. One time, you want to hear this bad beat story that Antonio basically put on me? Maybe I've told you all this story before. I was playing a $25,000 buy-in tournament at Bellagio. I think it was the last time they had the $25,000 buy-in WPT there. And we were down to something like, I don't know, 19 people with 16 people getting in the money. I had a medium stack, like 30, 35 big blinds, something like that. Okay? In this scenario, folds around to Michael Mizrachi. Big stack. Loose, aggressive, battling player. He's not afraid. He raised it up. And I had ace-king in the small blind. I was about to just rip it all in for like 30 big blinds. Perfectly fine, perfectly standard. And then I looked to my left, and Antonio Esfandiari, who had just like lost a few hands, he was kind of getting beaten up. He was getting his 15 or so big blind stack and stacking it up as if he's about to put it in the pot. I was in the 9 seat, and he was in the 1 seat, so the dealer was in between us. Maybe he wasn't even aware that I had cards. I'm not sure. Maybe he was on tilt. Maybe he was trying to do this to get me to fold. Maybe he was trying to do it. I don't know what he's trying to do here. Anyway, he's probably just on tilt and annoyed. I opt to call the ace-king, expecting Antonio to shove, right? Which is good. I want him to shove because I have the ace-king. Even on the bubble, you're very happy in this scenario. I call instead of 3-bet all in. Antonio then immediately rips it all in. And then, about half a second later, Michael Mizrachi immediately goes all in. So now here we are, kind of close to the bubble. I have a 27 big blind stack if I fold. Or if I call and win, I'll have about 80 big blinds. Be a solid chip leader in the tournament and in very good shape to win. So what do we do? What do we do? Do we find the call? Do we find the fold? Let me know what you think. Type it in the comments. Type it in the chat. If you all enjoy this show, click like, click subscribe, click all the buttons. I'd appreciate it. In this scenario, I happily called. Happily called. Why? Because I just know Antonio was getting after it. And ace-king's great. And Mizrachi, I know he likes to get in there and battle. Ace-king suited or ace-king offsuit, I don't know. Doesn't make a difference. I called. No problem. Easy call. For me. I don't mind getting in with the ace and king. I'm not TJ Cloutier. We don't limp and fold the ace-king. No. We are getting it in. What did they have? Any guesses for what the opponents had? I'll tell you Antonio's. His was king-jack suited. I think it was suited. We had him dominated. You know what Michael Mizrachi had? Queen-jack suited. So I had ace-king all in for an 80 big blind pot in the $25,000 buy-in tournament. Pretty close to the bubble. Against king-jack suited and queen-jack suited. Board comes brick, queen. And I lose. That's not too lucky, is it? I was sitting here thinking the other day, like I think the $50,000 cash I had the other day was the first like cash in anything bigger than a 25K. I haven't even had like great success in 25Ks. I've had a few min cashes. I'm sitting here thinking like I've been pretty unlucky in these big tournaments. Like I'm just reliving this one. I completely forgot about that. Remember another time on a 25K bubble, I played a giant flip with ace-king against Justin Bonomo, who had pocket 10s on the bubble. He won the flip. I collected the min cash. There was a 100,000 pound tournament I played one time. I had aces on the bubble and lost. Anyway, bad beat stories. It's tough whenever you don't really play all that many tournaments, at least big buy-in tournaments for you, like whatever that is for you. They just kind of run poorly in them, especially like making kind of deep runs for lots of chips. But that's okay. Understand what you signed up for, right? All right, that's Antonio Esfandiari. Who do we have next on the docket? Who do you think it is? You're never going to guess this one. I would have never guessed this. I would have never guessed this one or the next one. I can see them. They're coming up in the box. These are not in a package. Who do you think we have next? You're never going to guess. It's nice that they put these in top loaders for you. Antonio Esfandiari. All right, who do you think we have next? You are literally never going to guess it. Here's a hint. I saw her posting on Instagram the other day. She posted something on Instagram the other day about being at a party or something. Somebody's wedding, maybe? I don't know. she is married to a person who was a former Victory Poker pro, I think. Weird, huh? Where are we going with this one? Is this live? Well, you're probably seeing it on about a 3-second delay. So, I guess no. Mike Postle. No, Mike Postle was not around. Well, maybe he was around in 2012. It's kind of fun because, like, I can see the person coming next, and then I don't know the two that are coming after that. It's kind of a fun sweat. All right. No one's going to guess this. Even after the hints. It is Lacey Jones. I've not interacted with her much, but she's always been very nice, I think. Funny enough, they have a full tilt patch here, but I'm pretty sure she was with this guy, Keith Gibson, then. Or back in the day. I'm not sure. Don't keep up with this kind of thing. Relationships are hard to keep up with. They change sometimes. So yeah, Lacey Jones, I don't really know much about her. Always seemed very nice. I feel like she's doing something in the poker space now. I don't know. Does anybody have any information here? I have, like, literally no information. Sorry. Sometimes you just have no information. Very rarely do I have literally no information about the person, especially if I've interacted with them a time or two. But that's where we are. All right, so we have Antonio Esfandiari and Lacey Jones. These are pretty looking cards, right? These are pretty. These are good looking cards. I wish. So look, I will say one complaint about these cards and other previous poker cards is that on the back, it doesn't really give me any information about these players. Like, I would really, really love to, like, know some stats or something, like a baseball card. All right, next person. Next person. You're never going to guess it. Actually, you may guess this one, because I'm going to give you a big hint. He was married to someone who was previously mentioned in the chat. You should be able to get it with that. This person, not a big name poker pro, but I guess he had a full tilt deal back in the day, like everybody did. He is married to someone who was previously mentioned in the chat. If you're listening to this later, to be fair, you shouldn't be listening to this. You should be watching this because we're showing off these beautiful cards. Make sure you go back and look in the chat. Someone who is married to those people. All right. When can you sign your Mastering Small Stakes No Limit Hold'em book? At the World Series of Poker. I have a new book out, by the way. Secrets of Professional Tournament Poker. Let's get this over here. Show you very big. Secrets of Professional Tournament Poker. The Essential Guide. Big book. Big hardcover book. Yeah. Pretty book. I do my best to try to make things pretty. I've been on a pretty kick recently. Yeah. Check it out. dandbpoker.com. Is anybody going to guess who this guy is who was married to someone previously mentioned in the chat? See if I can find it. Phil Locke is not the right answer. You would think it would be the right answer, but it's not. Are they married? I don't know if they're married, if Jennifer Tilly and Phil Locke are married. Here's the right answer. Jennifer Harmon. Oops, wrong screen. Used to be, I think, married, maybe dating, whatever, to Marco Trainiello. Do y'all know who Marco Trainiello is? Marco Trainiello, if my memory serves me correctly, used to be a hairdresser. Then found poker, I guess, maybe through Jennifer Harmon, I'm not sure. And he started playing high-stakes games. Good for him. I have no clue what he's up to today. I played with him one time. I don't remember when or where, but he was incredibly nice. Incredibly nice. Not like weird nice, but like, nice guy. I like him a lot. I've only played with him one time, so. He seemed to be very reasonable. So far, nothing but good things to say about these people, huh? Antonio, always been reasonable to me. Lacey Jones, everybody's pretty reasonable. Turns out, if you are a reasonable human, and you interact with other reasonable humans, good things happen. You never heard of Marco Trainiello? Well, such is life. Let's look him up. Marco Trainiello. If I type in Marco, T-R-A, comes right up. Italian professional hairdresser who was sponsored by Full Tilt. All right. Let's see. Born in 1973. I'm just reading off off of the Wikipedia. 700K in cashes. Looks like no cash. Actually, he had cashes in 2019, so he played a few tournaments at the World Series of Poker then. Played a bunch in like 2012, 2011, 2010. That was his heyday, it seems. Cool. I played great in the US Poker Open. I think I played well enough. It's funny, I made a video blog about the US Poker Open. It'll be released soon, and I say, like, before the final table, I'm going to go in there and generally try to be kind of loose, kind of aggressive, kind of active, and try to take over the chip lead, because there were 6 of us at the final table, and we were all kind of similar stacked. And in that scenario, if you can take over the chip lead, you can start running over your opponents, right? Then, kind of early, I raised, and then the big stack, I raised ace-5 suited in the cutoff. I raised ace-5 suited. Sean Winter, loose aggressive player, 3-bet, and I just folded. And I should have probably shoved it all in. Ace-5 suited is not a great hand, but it's probably an all-in. I made the nitty fold. That was a nitty fold. Like, it's a defensible fold, especially with ICM considerations and whatnot, but I probably should have ripped it in. Because if I rip it in there, then me and him are kind of similar stacked. Then I can, if I win like one more hand, I'm going to be chip leader, and then I can do the running over strategy. I folded, though. That was annoying. And then, shortly after that, Sam Soverell got it all in against Jason Kuhn. I think it was a flip. Who knows what it was. Doesn't really matter. And Sam was left with like 3.5 big blinds. So now, here I am medium stacked with a 3.5 big blind stack at the table, which is exactly where you do not want to be, because now you just like have to play tight. There's one hand I folded, ace-jack suited. Just like Phil Hellmuth, except for I put in 0 big blinds. I folded it from the hijack seat, and we ran some numbers later. It turns out it's like a small error to not raise to 2.5 big blinds to try to get the big blind all in. Whatever, fine. Then the short stack doubled and doubled. So now we're in this, again, annoying spot where I kind of just have the like medium stack with a bunch of other medium stacks, which is really not where you want to be. Fortunately, Sam busted. Then fortunately, Bill Klein busted. And then I kind of got set up in a scenario where Stephen Chidwick raised. I defended 10-8 offsuit, which is already close, by the way. Then came like 8-6-5. I checked and he bet big. It's actually an annoying spot. Ran that through the solver, too. Turns out, you're going to think this is super nitty. Folding is the recommended play about a third of the time with 10-8 on 8-6-5 with ICM considerations when your opponent pots it or slightly over pots it. Supposed to fold top pair. Literally supposed to fold the top pair against the big bet. Couldn't believe it. And then, exploitatively, it's probably really a fold. Turns out a lot of people just don't do a whole lot of big betting in that scenario, unless they just have a good high equity hand. And sure enough, he had King 8, and I lost. So that was annoying. You love watching you stare at the opponents. I mean, look, to be fair, I don't really stare at the opponent's eyes. I stare at their chest vicinity. You get a lot by their breathing. By the way, in that scenario, Stephen Chidwick was breathing a lot. If I was him, I would consider working on that, because like next time if I see him breathing insane, I'm probably just going to make big folds. Because he doesn't really breathe heavily all that often. Look, people breathe heavily when they're excited, typically. So why would you be excited on 8-6-5? 2 diamonds or whatever it is. It means you could either have, it means you're going to be all in, right? And you're excited because you're about to be all in. And everybody gets excited when you're all in this horrible ICM scenario. So anyway, that's usually what I'm looking at. It did look like I was staring right at Sean Winter, though. In one hand, he'll stare right at your face. I'll stare right at his chest, because people can control their eyes to some extent. They can't really control their breathing. They can, but they don't, right? What tournament are we talking about? $50,000 buy-in, US Poker Open. Where can you watch it? At PokerGo, you have to be a member. It costs $10 a month or whatever. Go there, pay $10, binge it all, and enjoy it. Surprise, we open fold ace jack with a short stack. Well, look, the problem there is that I was the medium stack, right? And if I raise, and Sean Winter's anywhere near competent, he should be 3-betting me a ton. Because I can't go broke with my 20 big blind stack before the 3 big blind stack, right? So I'm going to raise, he's going to re-raise, and I got to fold. So I just lose more money, right? If Sean Winter does fold, then who's left? Stephen Chidwick should 3-bet a lot because he had slightly more chips than me too. Then I have to fold, right? So I just end up losing more money, but we also get the short stack shorter, right? Because I'm going to raise, they're going to 3-bet me, short stack's going to fold, I'm going to fold, short stack's down to 1 big blind then, and then they're basically dead. So I have to give up 2.5 big blinds to get the short stack a little bit shorter. I think I'd rather just fold and let the big stacks and Bill Klein in the small blind play. Bill folded small blind, which was really annoying. He must have had just stone airball. Sean Winter looks like he's a hoot. He is a hoot. He's a fun guy. I like him a lot. I like pretty much all those people in the high rollers. There are a few I don't like, but I like most of them. All right, who do we have next? This player hails from Australia. How many poker players do you know from Australia? Type in all the poker players you all know from Australia. If you're from Australia, don't type it in because that's not fair. If you are, let's say, an American on the other side of the world, how many Australian poker players can you name? That annoying guy. One time I was in Australia playing poker, and there was this guy who had a shirt on that said, "Your ego is not your amigo." Okay? Fine, I have no problem. I like this shirt. The shirt's funny. Then it had I don't even know what the character was. Then this guy sits down and has the biggest ego problems in the world. He's just mad about everything. He thinks he's the nuts. It was really, really funny to me because the guy was clueless. He's wearing the shirt. He's aware that his ego is not his amigo, but then he just has horrible ego problems. I thought it was really funny. That happened in Australia. I was recently on the Global Poker Index podcast. I think it's called First Flag with Roland Boothby. And we were going through my first flag, my first cash in Tunica, Mississippi. And he asked where my favorite place was that I got a flag. And I said Australia, because I think it's a sweet, fun place to go to, especially if it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And he's like, "Oh, you don't have any flags in Australia." And I'm like, "Man, I've been to Australia twice. I've probably played 20 tournaments there." 0 cashes. I will say, whenever you travel long distances and you're really off your sleep schedule, it is hard to play great poker all day, every day. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard, but it is. I think Tony G's from Lithuania. Does that sound right? Maybe he's from Australia, but I think he's from Lithuania. Let's see. He was definitely in the Lithuanian parliament. Yeah, he's from Lithuania. Where's Lithuania? Is that in Australia? No, nowhere near. It's in Europe. It's the middle of Europe. Let's see. Where does it say? Yeah, spent his childhood in Lithuania. When he was 11, he moved to Australia. So there you go. Does that make him Australian if you moved there when you're 11? Probably not, right? Jeff Lissandro, that sounds like a good one. Brendan Ruby, don't know who that is. Joe Hatcham. Is it Crocodile Dundee? No. It is... It is the one and only Joe Hatcham. I can't name a whole lot of Australian poker players either. Let's take a look. Who are the biggest winners from Australia? Let's see. Australia all-time money list poker. All right, who do we have? Number 1, Joe Hatcham, of course. Number 2, Cale Burns. I think that's how you say his name. Kahle. Cale Burns, very, very good player. I didn't know if he was from Australia. Makes sense. Michael Adamo, I did not know he's from Australia. I don't know why, but I never knew he was from Australia. Michael Adamo, world-class player, infinite cashes online. Jeff Rossiter, that sounds familiar. Oh yeah, this guy. This guy's very good too. Jeff Rossiter, I've played with him some. I feel like he hasn't played a lot in a while. Yeah, his last live cash was 2016. 2017. Good, strong player though. Very, very good player. We have Jeff Lissandro, Jonathan Caramellas, David Sticky. Who is this? Let's see. Oh, yeah, this guy. Yeah. I think probably recreational-ish player, but definitely he gets in there in battles. Gets in there in battles hard. It goes on down the list. Mel Judah there. All right, Mel Judah. James Obst. There you go. Come on, chat. You all are letting me down. You all should know James Obst, Mel Judah, etc., etc. Who else do we have? Anybody else fun that I know off the top of my head? No. Are these physical cards or NFTs? They're physical cards, but if we feel inclined, I can go and mint them on the blockchain after we're done with this. How about that? I think I only have one card left. We blew through this five card package. Am I staking anyone in the World Series? I don't know. I do need to... We definitely do need to stake a poker coaching member. That's for sure. Let me write that down. I have a question for all of you, since we are sitting here talking together. Would you rather me, at pokercoaching.com, buy in, I don't know, $10,000 worth of buy-ins for poker coaching members in the form of one main event, or in the form of, let's say, $2,500 tournaments or $10,000 tournaments? Which would you all prefer? One main event, and we'll follow the player around, we'll make a video blog out of it, etc., etc. Or would you rather a bunch of $500 buy-ins? Because, I mean, look, I'm not that rich yet to give away $20,000, $50,000, etc. But, you know, I'll buy in somebody to the main event. Why not? It'd be fun. What are my thoughts on Stefan versus Limitless? I have no clue. Anything. I have no clue about that. Many smaller buy-ins. Okay. You guys don't want to play the main event, huh? Then, next question. Say we do a bunch of 500s. Say I'm going to give away $2,500 buy-in entries or whatever. Let's pretend I have $10,000 partitioned to give away to poker coaching members in the form of buy-ins. Should I instead give away like $500 buy-ins plus $500 cash times 10? That way people have travel expenses. Would you rather get travel expenses or just no, right? No travel expenses. Let me know what you think. Because, like, I realize some people need money for travel, some people don't. And it sure would be unfortunate to win a $500 buy-in tournament and have no way to get there. But, at the same time, you know, go to Vegas, have a party. All buy-ins? Yeah, okay. I think that's generally right. Ellie says you could test variance across a large amount of overall buy-ins. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Well, it does, but it doesn't really, because if we have like 20, then it's not all that many. Some people want travel expenses, some people don't want travel expenses. Oh, we'll definitely be giving away poker coaching memberships and whatnot, for sure. Kale's probably your best player from Australia. Yeah, probably. Seems like we're completely mixed here. One 10K seat, a bunch of $500 buy-ins. Maybe what we do is we do something like a 10K seat, and then, I don't know, a few other buy-ins here and there. Call it 15K expense, whatever. It's good to give back, right? Hope you enjoy it. All right, we have one more card here. You all will probably guess this person. She used to be a DJ, or maybe is a DJ currently. I'm trying to not give it away completely. Someone's probably going to snap get it. I have a fun story with this person. One time, we were playing a $10,000 buy-in tournament at Binion's, okay? Me and this mystery person who you all are going to guess. Where we were down to, say, 12 people. And the final table did not get in the money. I think something like 6 people got in the money. And we would go to the final table at 9. All right? She, for some reason, announces to me that if she makes the final table of 9 and gets on TV, the site that sponsored her, I believe PokerStars, was going to give her some amount of money, like $25,000. It's like, what? So you have this weird bubble where you all are getting it. Vanessa Russo. Vanessa Russo has announced to me that if she makes the final 10 or 9, whatever gets on TV, she gets $25,000 for this $10,000 buy-in tournament. So now, I know she has this weird bubble. I don't know who else she told this. Maybe I overheard it. I'm not sure. Somehow I got this information. I think she told me, but maybe she didn't. I got this information somehow. So then every time she raised, I just 3-bet her, and she folded. Oh, man, that was fun. I think I didn't cash that one. Funny enough, this is really, funny to me. I believe she did make the final TV table, but then they didn't put it on TV. Good little. This is a cool little package of cards, right? Unfortunately, I could not find any more of these on the internet. I could only find literally one box, and we just cracked it. This maybe was the last box of this 2012 poker metal in existence. That's probably not true. I'm sure somebody out there has a warehouse full of these things. But couldn't find any more on the internet. I have to write down another thing. Stake poker coaching players for World Series of Poker. Buy more. What is this called? Leaf? 2012. All right. We'll buy more of these. These are cool, right? Didn't the sticker say 5? Yes, the sticker did say 5. We have 5 here. 4 in my hand. 1 right over here. We have Joe Hatcham, Marco Trainiello, Antonio Esfandiari, Lacey Jones, and Vanessa Russo. Vanessa Russo was, I don't know, a representative sponsored by, I'm not sure, the company GoDaddy.com. You all remember GoDaddy.com? Where they had these like ridiculous commercials. Maybe they were ridiculous, maybe they were funny, I'm not sure. They also had, what's her name? Danica Patrick, the race car driver. I don't know. Why am I even saying this? Well, because I had a lot of websites on GoDaddy for a while. Anyway, somehow she got a deal from like a mainstream company, which is not all that common, right? And this was back in the day where like nobody had any sort of mainstream deal. Poker has a tough issue where really almost nobody gets any sort of mainstream deal. I mean, we have Phil Hellmuth getting a deal from Aria. Who knows what that deal actually is? But like that's not even mainstream, right? That's just a casino, which makes logical sense. When are poker players going to start getting deals from, I don't know, who do you want to be sponsored by? I wasn't going to say Coca-Cola, but, you know, I guess they make bottled water. We do have BrÈINFúEL, to be fair. Startup company, small company. I want to see a poker player get paid like $500,000 a year to represent something. If another video blogger opened up a Jonathan Little card, what would be an obscure story they would tell? Do you think these stories are obscure? These are just my experiences, right? By the way, WPT and Theta Drop are going to be having a new launch soon, and we're going to be opening some of the cards on YouTube, so that'll be fun whenever we do that. We'll go through, tell some more stories, watch some more hands. Those are a lot of fun. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm sure people have plenty of obscure stories of me. I have to imagine the way I leave after I bust is probably funny to everyone. Whenever I bust from a tournament, especially if it's in a ridiculous way, I stand up, say goodbye, and I leave. It's funny to me. You gotta have a little fun on the way out. So you think if I sent 20 people to the casino, the profits and losses were split across all the players, that at the end of the day, everyone would not only make their buy-in back. No, Ellie, look, 20 buy-ins is not all that many, man. 20 buy-ins may seem like a lot, but it's really just not. I mean, like, we talked about Australia, right? Where earlier I was interviewed by Roland Boosby, asked where my favorite place to play is that, you know, was like a fun place. And I said Australia. And he's like, oh, you have no cashes in Australia. I must have played 20 tournaments there. So I'm 0 for 20 in Australia, give or take. Maybe 0 for 15, maybe 0 for 25, who knows? And I mean, like, I'm a pretty good player, right? And I go there and I play and I brick all 20 and solid negative 100% ROI, right? The way tournaments work is usually you lose until you win the tournament. And then it goes, you have a giant spike. So, I mean, no, if we put 20 people in the tournament, odds are we're going to be down some amount, just because odds are over any 20 tournament sample you're going to be down unless you have some gigantic spike. Have you compared your live to online ROI? Well, yeah, online ROIs are always substantially lower than live, especially if you play soft live tournaments. There just aren't. You just have a substantially bigger edge live if you are a good live player. Did I bet on Hellmuth against Negreanu? I did not. If I would have bet, it would have been on Hellmuth though. What did I think about the match? I think Negreanu played well, and then Hellmuth just did some ridiculous stuff at the perfect right time that worked out amazingly well. Seems to just get it done. And William actually has this right here. Given how large, like how many people are in the $500 buy-in tournament, there'll be like, I don't know, 10,000 people, more, who knows. You just don't make a deep run all that often, right? So like really you only win a lot of money whenever you get to the final, I don't know, 100 people. So we need to get in the top 1%. If you take 20 blind shots at this tournament, let's presume they're good and we take 30 blind shots, meaning they all have a 50% ROI. then, you know, like we're 30 out of, what am I trying to say here? 30 out of, my brain's not working. 15%. We're 15% or so to get in the top 100. There we go. Found it. Yeah, 15% or so, which is not all that often, but you know what you signed up for. Affleck said his live ROI was 125%. Yeah, I mean, I would not be shocked. I mean, especially if you play mostly like generally soft tournaments, especially back in the day, then yeah, for sure. For sure. Definitely possible. What's the name of that podcast? It's called, where's my phone? So I can get this right. There's a lot of good poker podcasts out there, by the way. Shout out to all the poker podcasters, especially those who add value and don't spend their time talking about nonsense. What's it called? Where in the world is it? I must have listened to them all. It's called GPI slash backslash maybe. GPI slash THM Poker Podcast. Not a great name. I know. Can you all see this? Let's see. Can you all see this? There it is. GPI slash THM Poker Podcast Network. Why is this not focusing? Oh, whatever. But yeah, what's the obscure story they would say about Jonathan Little? I play with Jonathan Little, who's sitting there. He got unlucky, or he lost. He got up, said goodbye, and then walked away. Oh, goodness, fun times. Oh, not a tournament, we're talking cash games. No, we're talking about the World Series of Poker. World Series of Poker is a series of poker tournaments, and they have a lot of people, and there's a lot of variants, and you have to know what you sign up for. I always thought it was really interesting back in the day, where we had like all these live pros like, yeah, I just don't do anything all year, then I go play the World Series of Poker and make 100K, and then I'm good for the year. I'm like, what are you talking about? I have so much variance in the World Series of Poker. I'm like, I probably am just like barely even. I had 2 good years where I made deep runs in $5,000 tournaments. I think I took like a second and a fifth or something in those that made me like basically even at the World Series. World Series has not been kind to me. World Poker Tour, though, has been very kind to me. What's the worst exit you've seen someone make? I mean, I don't know. People get mad, whatever. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, like, whenever you play high buy-in tournaments, people just don't get all that mad because they're not playing for all their money, right? At the smaller stakes games, some people are paying for literally their rent money, and they are just, like, furious. But no high-stakes poker players do that to some extent. Is there any content that I always watch at Poker Coaching? I like Acevedo and Jaffe hand reviews. I like Matt Affleck content. I like Jonathan Jaffe. I mean, really, look, you got to realize, everybody there who is a world-class poker player, pokercoaching.com, I hired them to teach me, right? I realize I don't know everything about poker, and anyone there who has, I don't know, more than $2 million in cashes, $4 million in cashes, whatever, they're very, very good at poker, and I personally picked them, right? I probably only asked something like 20 people if they'd even be interested in making content for poker coaching, and some of the people have like never made content before, but they wanted to work with me. And that's good to know that they appreciate my work. I mean, with my books, Excelling at No Limit Hold'em, multiple of the people in those books that became authors for me said that, like, I never really planned on writing anything, but I know you're going to make the process good. I know you're actually going to put it out. Apparently that's an issue in the content creation space, is people say they're going to do stuff, then they just don't. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And at this point, we have a good track record that shows that we're going to do it, and we're going to, present you in a positive light and make you look good. And you're going to do good work, you're returning good content, and we're good to go. Business really isn't all that hard. Do good work, do what you say you're going to do, add value, build each other up, help other people. You're good to go. All the other sites charge extra dollars for live webinars. Yeah, so here's something else I want to ask. We are in the talks with a new, we'll call it GTO study tool. I'm trying to make a deal where we can just include it with a poker coaching premium membership. It'll probably cost me, I don't know, some amount of money per membership. I'll just, lose the money. But you all know that I don't really do much or any upselling, right? Everything I make is pretty much included in Poker Coaching Premium, right? And I like it that way. I don't want to have to be out there constantly trying to sell you on something else. Like, oh, this thing's happening, pay me $100. This thing's happening, pay me $100, right? I want you to know the price you're going to pay, and there's no issue. Yes, please, web-based solver tool. Maybe we'll make a deal, maybe we won't. I'm not sure. The problem is I think they're going to want a lot of money for it. In which case, I'm not going to be able to just include it. It would have to be an upsell. Do I really want to be upselling a GTO solver tool? Why wouldn't I just like be an affiliate and send you there, right? So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. When's your new book coming out? You can already get it. dandbpoker.com or Amazon. Secrets of Professional Tournament Poker. Big book sitting right back there. Secrets of Professional Tournament Poker. You love Lexy Gavin content. There you go. Good job. Get in there. Jordan, cash second place in your third live tournament. Great job. To be fair, though, look, Stu, I have nothing against companies that want to charge extra money, charge up sales, whatever, right? I mean, it's all marketing at the end of the day, and I guess if you can get people to pay it, why not? That said, I realize a lot of you are not rich, and a lot of you are on a budget, right? And, like, I appreciate knowing what my expenses are going to be, right? Like, I don't want to just have, like, surprise expenses to get an adequate level of service, right? And I think other people don't like that either. It's also a whole lot easier to sell. Hey, you get all this stuff, and we're not going to charge anything extra. But I think people will be generally understanding of, hey, I got this product. I can give it to you at a sweet deal because, you know, the product knows I'm going to sell 500 of them. And, you know, we all get a big discount together. Will the merch page be coming back? Oh, my God. We have such an issue with merch. In my dream world, which probably won't happen, at the World Series of Poker, we're going to have some sweet gift boxes. It's going to include a hat, a hoodie, a shirt, a water bottle, some patches, maybe some stickers, maybe a pin, stuff like that. Sweet gift box. We'll probably just start including it for people who sign up for a year of poker coaching premium or more as well. We'll just lose that money too. Probably not good for business to just keep giving away a bunch of stuff, right? That stuff's actually expensive. That's going to cost me like $100 a box. But, you know, MSRP probably be $250. And if I can give it to you for $100, I'll just give it to you for $100. Why not? Well, give it to you. Give it to me. Give it to you for me paying $100. You heard that decent amateur players in 2012 are playing as well as successful professionals did back in the day. Yeah, that's probably true. Has the game advanced that much? Yeah. Turns out all games get tougher over time, and especially when a lot of people put a lot of brain power towards a specific thing, then the game gets tough, is what it amounts to. You see this with all activities, really. I mean, take it something very far from poker, like running, right? If you look at people who run, like sprinters or whatever, they run faster than people ran 30 years ago, 20 years ago, right? Why are they running faster today than they did back in the day, despite the fact that humans aren't all built all that differently, right? Certainly some, you know, statistical anomalies come around where you have like Usain Bolt or someone who's, you know, a big person who can also run very fast. But why are they running faster? Look at basketball. Why are they all shooting three-pointers now instead of back in the day when no one shot three-pointers? They moved the line back and they still shoot three-pointers. Why are they doing this? Well, because they have better information. They've studied more. People learn how to run better by getting better form, right? Because your body really isn't all that different, but you can get better form. Basketball, people learn better strategies. They realize it's just math. You shoot the three-pointers, you make more points in the game on average, right? It's like you learn better strategies over time through experimentation. Poker's kind of similar, too. I mean, to some extent. I mean, I think a lot of people kind of think like GTO solvers are the holy grail, but the real holy grail to poker is figuring out how your opponent plays and then run the GTO solver, right? So you don't want to run GTO against GTO. You want to run GTO against what your opponent does. And there are a lot of spots where GTO makes substantially less money than exploiting whatever your opponent does incorrectly, right? And this is where the good players really crush opponents, especially in live poker, because they know what their opponents do wrong. And online, Draft Ninja talks about this a lot in his webinars, where he's not trying to play GTO. He's trying to play GTO adjusted to the general player pool's tendencies, because very often you don't have reads on any of your opponents in big field tournaments. But, you know, let's say most people fold too often from the small blind, or most people don't 3-bet often enough from the small blind, right? Or from the big blind, right? Or most people don't defend well against squeezes. Whatever, right? As you get more and more data on your opponents, you can learn how to properly adjust to take advantage of whatever they do incorrectly. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed this show. Put my little cards back in there. Top loaders. These are good. These are fun cards. I like these cards. So far we've opened, what have we opened here? Razor poker cards. Oh, look at this. This one has a white back. These have red backs. What's the difference? Anybody know the difference? It's almost as if it's from like a different series. Oh, wow, this is number 9 of 13. Why is this one numbered? Can you see this? This is number 9 of 13. These don't have numbers on them. Kind of weird. It also looks different. Well, I guess I have to show you this now. Let's see. Just tuned in. Can I recap the story with these playing cards? These are trading cards, not playing cards. And I don't know, man. Go back and watch the replay. Oh, no, these are numbered. I just didn't see it. Wait. Oh, only some of these are numbered. What in the world's happening? I'm so confused. Look, okay. Oh, come on, light. You see the number right here? 15 of 25? Why can you not see this? There we go. 9 of 13. 15 of 25. But then, none of these other ones are numbered. I have no idea what's happening. Numbered cards are considered to be inserts. But why are these not considered to be inserts? They all have signatures on them. These are clearly like written on the card, I think. I don't think this is printed. No, this is definitely written on the card. Like it's not a sticker. It claims it's an authentic signature right on it. Are these rares? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Just kind of confused. Well, I guess this Vanessa Russo one may be more rare because it's 9 out of 13, right? You see 9 out of 13 in the corner? Whatever. Who knows? Show's over anyway. What does insert mean? Typically, I thought these would be included in packages of like 15 cards or 8 cards or something like that. And then this is like a random lucky one that you get once a box or once every 10 boxes or whatever. Maybe that's what this was from initially or something. I don't know. I don't know why this is a different color. Where can you get these? I don't know. This is the last box I could find. But I searched on, I don't know, Amazon, Google, etc. I bought a bunch of the 2006 ones. Still haven't got a signature out of those. But anyway, cool cards. Yeah, we have Marco Trainiello. Antonio Esfandiari, the Magician. This might be worth some money. People like Antonio a lot. Lacey Jones. Joe Hatcham. World Series of Poker 2005. Question mark? Is that a question mark? Looks like a question mark. It's supposed to be an exclamation point. And then apparently, World Series of Poker cash autograph. Okay, so yeah, this is World Series of Poker cash autograph. It's different. Where did the other one go? But why is Joe Hatcham... See, look, in my why do I care about this so much? In my mind, there's no way to differentiate between these two cards. Yeah, this one is numbered 15 or 25. This one is not. It does say MBJH2 on the back. This is MBLJ1. All these other ones are 1 as well. This is $-VR1. Who knows? You're receiving an autograph card. Okay, nothing different on the back. I don't know, we gotta do our diligence. The hard thing about finding information about these cards from 2012 or 2006 or whatever is that there's not a whole lot of information online. Anyway, that's gonna be it today. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, do me a quick favor. Click like, click subscribe. She had 13 World Series of Poker caches. That's why there's 13? No, that can't be right. She probably has more than 13 World Series caches. That would be funny, though. I gotta go. Have a good day. Thank you for being here. Check out my new book, Secrets of Professional Tournament Poker. Okay? Also, check out pokercoaching.com/free. And if you want to try Brain Fuel, if you want to be able to limp fold the ace-jack suited like Phil Hellmuth correctly, no guarantees. Check out brainfuel.com. Use code POKERCOACHING. Get 15% off. I'm addicted to the stuff. I drink 1 bottle per day. Don't need coffee. Don't need anything else. We're good to go. Stu, thanks for the feedback. Thanks to all of you for the feedback. People ask, why do I do this show? People in my company say, why do you spend your time doing the show? Because we don't make any money from this, clearly. Because I like talking to all of you. I like hanging out with all of you. Good, easy way for me to interact with the community every week and, try to add a little bit of value. All right, have a great day. Good luck in your games. Have a great, great week.